And once years ago, again in my late 20s, I was at a conference, and it was at Juilliard Conservatory, if any of you know about that, in New York City, this big conference with ear, nose, and throat doctors, singing teachers, acting teachers, speech and language pathologists, singers, actors, and somebody in her 20s who shows up there, which was me. And I never liked public speaking. And on the break, I saw my professor and mentor who helped me and taught me how to work with voice and how to work with everything that I do now. And he was always a great, he had this wonderful voice and he knew how to wing it. Like I always knew when he'd work with clients, he didn't really prepare a lot, but he just always nailed it. He had that charisma. And I didn't realize, I saw him during the coffee break and I hadn't seen him in 5 years. And then I see he's the next speaker. And he goes up on the stage of this huge auditorium. And he stands up there and he says, "It just so happens my former graduate student is here today, and I'd like her to come up on the stage." And I really thought I was going to die, right? My heart was pounding, and I'm sure everybody could see it pounding out of my body. I started perspiring. I had to climb over everybody in that row and walk up this aisle and walk up steps to get on a stage at Juilliard. And I hated public speaking, and I didn't know what I was going to do up there. I couldn't even breathe. And he had me sit in a chair, and I was so angry. But I had all these people watching me, and now my career is going to end because people are going to realize that I don't know what I'm doing because I'm so nervous. How could I work with other people if I can't do this? So I sat down. He had me sit in the chair, and I put my hand where I could feel my breathing. And my breathing was like this, because that's what your breathing's like when you're that nervous. And so I dug deep and said, okay, what do I teach my clients to do? And I teach them to do candle breaths, where you imagine you're flickering a candle. And so I take my breath, and I would go, and then I take another breath. And I took these easy breaths, not deep, fast breaths, because I would have passed out. But I took these easy candle breaths, and what did it do to my heart rate, do you think? It dropped my heart rate. It increased the oxygen to my brain, and I calmed down in front of all these people. And I said, you know, I was ready. I was so angry at him for doing this to me, and I realized it was the best gift he could have done because I know it works. You can actually control your nervousness by just breathing. Granted, you could do meditation before, relaxation before, but that doesn't always work. But just the breathing. So if you can walk away with one strategy, make sure you're breathing. If you're not breathing, you can't calm yourself down.